Hi, my name is Valerie Nunez. I am a senior and the position that I will be running for today is Student Body Vice President. So let's get right into it. The first question says, tell us about yourself. Well, I am 17 years old. I will be turning 18 next month. Yay! My dream school is to attend TCU. Go Frogs! I have a twin sister who also attends Charlotte Heights. Her name is Vanessa. I am a very happy person. I would like to say I usually like to spread positivity and keep a smile on my face. So if like you ever see me on the hallways, I'm usually like always like smiling. I love to be involved at school. It gives me such a big insight on what's going on. I love that so much. So like I've been to council the past 3 years, and I've loved every minute of it, being a part of it, and just being able to be that involved in the school, and that's how I showcase like myself and who I am. I also have a dog. He is 17 years old, so my parents got him whenever we were born. So yeah, he's an old fella and he is still with us. So yay! Let's just pray that he continues to be with us. But that's all I have to say. I am pretty open about things. I would like to say I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty vibrant, and I just try to live every life to the moment. Okay, so number 2, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So I'll start with my weaknesses. I do get stressed easily. That's one thing. I'm an overthinker, so I want things to be like perfect, and I get stressed a lot, and it's very bad. And I do spend some nights just like agitated and like wanting to cry, but I calm myself down, and I end up getting through it. So I'm sometimes like super stressed, and sometimes there's no stress at all. So, and especially with like college applications going on, and classwork, and trying to get used to this new normal in virtual school, I get a little bit more stressed, but I know that I'm gonna get through it. So let's just hope. Another weakness that I have is that I have the need to be liked. I try so hard to like be the best person that I can be, and I want people to like me, because like in my past, there's been so many people who like have put me down and neglected me. So I want to do things right so people can like me, which is like a bad trait to have. It is, because I know not everybody likes you, but it's something I'm working with. So I also have some doubts. I again, since I want everything to be perfect, I doubt myself a lot, which is very very bad. I like, when I'm doing a test, I'm like, okay, this is the answer for sure. I'm like, oh wait, no, it's not. And then I doubt myself, and I end up getting it wrong because I second doubted myself. So doubt is something that I have to fix, and doubt is something that I am slowly working on. So I guess you could say like my confidence is like up here, but sometimes it also goes down. So I lack confidence, but I've worked on it so much this time that we've had, so it's grown. So it's a work in progress. It's also hard for me to say no. Usually when people like tell me to do something, I'm like, yeah. Which is a bad trait to have, but I hate saying no to people. I feel it. I like it makes me so mean, and I just hate it. But I know that like you have to say no sometimes. So that's also a work in progress that I'm trying to work. Now let's go to my strengths. I feel like I'm good at communicating. I have a loud voice, so I like to like talk. I love to talk. Like all of my teachers, I think, would call me a big talker because I would always talk in class. But I love to talk, so I love to communicate. I also am good on meetings. Like I am on time. I try to be. I'm on time to meetings, and I try to like keep everything organized, in my plan. planner. So, and I just try to keep the dates organized and what I have to do and whatnot. I also, like, again, I'm pretty good at organizing and planning. I love to plan events. I love to plan whenever we're gonna hang out with my friends. I love to plan what we're gonna do. So I'm pretty big on planning. I'm pretty good at like pitching ideas. I would like to say that I have a creative mind, and I have so many ideas just filled in my brain, and I'm ready to like represent them, you know, for whatever we're gonna do this year, however it's gonna work out. I have so many ideas coming, and I would really like to showcase them. So yeah, again, coming with the ideas, I'm pretty good at decorating. I love decorating. I remember last year, I think it was around the world, and we decorated so pretty, and I loved how they did that. And like, it set the bar high for this class. So I love decorating. I like go to the store and I buy way too much, and I'm like, I'm gonna decorate, and I never do, just because like I share a room with my sister. But if I were to have my own room, I think it would be filled with just pretty crazy decorations. So decorating is for sure one of my loves. I am also very dedicated and determined. Going back to whenever I said that I don't like to leave things without them being completed, because that's why I tell myself. I'm determined to finish whatever I started. If I start like an event from the beginning, I want to finish it. I don't like leaving things half through because it's a failure on my part, and I'm letting down the people who are like looking up to me. So I hate letting people down or like not finishing. So I'm determined to finish, and I'm determined to do my part, and I'm dedicated as well. Like, I will be there. I will make the time. I will make the effort to be there. I will clear my schedule, whatever has to be done, because that's why I am signing up, because I want to be dedicated and committed to this program. Okay, so question 3. What do you see as the biggest problem Arlington Heights is facing today? This one kind of like got to me because I was like, well, the whole world is facing a problem itself, the pandemic. Which, you know, it came out of the blue. You know, one day we're like, okay, bye, see you after spring break. And then you didn't see anybody after spring break. And it was scary. It was rough. I was like, what? Like, how is this? And it just came out of nowhere. And we just had to fix our schedules and go into this new normal. And so whenever I answered this, I felt like, what are we missing at Arlington Heights? What is it that Arlington Heights is facing? And this is what I thought. I feel like Arlington Heights is facing a problem in unity. Many of us students feel like the school year has been lost. None of us want to do this virtual online school. We are like, no, we don't want to do it. Like, just give me my degree already. I mean, my diploma, sorry. And we already want to give up, even though the year just started like a week ago. But we need to come together and let others know that this year isn't lost yet. I mean, for it being my senior year, I remember planning my senior year since I was like in middle school. I was like, this is what I'm wearing to prom, this is what I'm wearing to homecoming, like, this is what I'm going to wear for homecoming week. These are the days I want. And I know many of us are sad that we don't know if we're going to have that for sure yet, because, you know, we do have to follow CDC guidelines, because that's how this is going to be lost. That's how the pandemic is going to be won. So I feel like the unity is what we need. We need to like be together and support each other and say, hey, like, you got this. And I feel like that's something that we don't have. I'm in many group chats, and I'm just like, there's so many people who are like, oh yeah, like, I don't want to go back, like, I hate school, I hate like all of this, I want to give up already. And even though I feel like that too, like, I'm not saying I don't, I do. I feel like if we have those people who could push us, we can come together and we can we could beat this, you know. I mean, 2020, it's a crazy year. And I'm gonna remember my senior year as I started it virtually. And I hope to go back in person. I do. And I hope to have some senior events because I've been dreaming about it. But it's all in God's plans, honestly. So, I mean, whenever answering this, I was like, well, the biggest problem we're facing is the pandemic. Is the fact that we can't go back to school because things aren't normal and they won't be for a while. And I was like, what do I need? That's how I was thinking about this question. What do I need? And I was thinking that I need people who can support me and people who will be like, you got this, like you will go through with it. And I feel like that's what we need. We just kind of need like an emotional support system and just support each other in unity and just come together and yeah, just support each other because I feel like that's how it will keep everybody sane during this pandemic and during this school year that we are facing during a pandemic. So yeah, that's it for the question. Okay, so the fourth question is if you were a color, a tree, an appliance, etc., what would you be and why? Right away, I was like, okay, this question is funny. And I right away said, I think I would be a cup, like an actual cup. And I was like, and then I saw the white part, and I was like, everyone uses a cup. A cup, you know, you use a cup to get water, you use a cup to get milk, you use a cup to get orange juice, whatever you drink during the day, to get just a juice. And, you know, it's an essential thing. You use a cup during dinner, you use a cup lunch, breakfast, you know, all of the meals. Even when you're snacking, I feel like I've always had a cup in my hand, or like just like a bottle. So I think I would like to be a cup, and the color would be like a blue cup. I have this favorite like blue teal cup. It kind of looks like this, but it's like without the ball, the soccer balls, and yeah, and I'm always like, and I started thinking like, what do I want to be? And I was like, yeah, I want to be a cup for sure. Everybody uses a cup; it's needed. I mean, because like not everybody uses silverware because there's finger food, but like you need a cup. I mean, with like a good cup of iced water or a good cup of iced orange juice. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like I would be a cup. I mean, it's an essential thing. You always use it. People always need it for every meal. I mean, I do. And I feel like there's always has to be at least a cup on the dinner table. So yeah, I think I would be a pretty teal cup filled with ice and just whatever drink you will be drinking that day. Okay, so the next question was, do you see yourself as a leader or a follower? Why? So sometimes I catch myself as both. Whenever you have a good leader, you want to follow them. You want to be like them. I've had great leaders in my life who I've looked up to, who I wanted to be like. I mean, my brother is one leader who I look up to, and I want to be just like him. I've had some amazing leaders at church, and they have made me and shaped me the person who I am today. So I feel like being a follower is not as bad. I mean, when you follow to get attention, I mean, I used to follow to get attention. I used to follow because I thought that's how it worked, but then I realized that's not how it works. You know, you want to make a stand. You want to be the one who stands out. So then I started becoming into some leadership spots. I started being a leader at my church camp, and I mean, it was amazing. The girls were like, oh, they loved me, and I was like, oh, thank you. And I felt like I made an impact in their lives because so many of my girls were getting baptized, and I loved it. I loved every single second of it, and I was like, if this is what a leader is like, I want to be more of one. So So I said, when you're a leader, you are there for others and you show them the ropes. This is what I think a leader is. Being a leader means leading with your heart. I have led before, and I always lead with love, faith, and the grace of God. by leading with all of these, that's how this world becomes better. I believe, we have some leaders who just talk without even knowing what they're saying. But I feel like, I'm really big in my faith. And, I feel like just leading with God by your side is always a good thing, and it's always the best thing. So if I were to see myself today as a leader or follower, I would say a leader. I feel like I could lead people to the right direction, or that's at least my goal. I want to lead people. I want to show them, that you can do anything you put your mind to. I want people. I feel like I could make a difference, and so I consider myself a leader. I've had people told me you honestly changed my life, and I was like, wait, what? How? They're like, you just did, and I was like, what? And I didn't know I had that impact on people until recently, and it started building up my confidence. How I said earlier, I've been working on it. I've been working on that self-love, and I was a leader this past summer at my church camp, and the girls and everybody was just like, oh, you're so nice. And I was like, thank you. And I love being a leader. I love to. But then again, I was also a follower. I had a leader, one of my leaders, and even being a follower, you can make an impact. I feel like seeing it both ways is just as amazing. It cut off, but just as amazing. Being both, and I love to. I do love leading better though, because being a leader, I feel like I have more up here. So I have more of a say on my opinions and what I think. So yeah, I would definitely consider myself as a leader. I mean, if you were to ask me this again 2 years ago, I'd say a follower. Because I remember being in city council and I was like, I don't want to speak up, I don't want to say anything, I love it, but I don't want to say anything. And now, things have changed. I'm getting older, and I'm starting to realize what a leader is, and I will consider myself a leader, because I have those qualities, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so we left off on number 6, which was tell us about the time you balanced multiple responsibilities. I feel like I am doing that right now. Actually, I am balancing college prep, college applications, classwork, volunteering work, working out work, just many things, and it is very stressing. But I remember one time vividly that I balanced so many things, and it was actually my sophomore year. I remember, I think it was second semester, and I had played softball, and I was so into softball. I was like, yes, softball, yes. But then softball practice started becoming on Wednesdays, and I was like, no, I have student council meetings. And then I had just gotten a job that in April. So then they were like, okay, you have to come into work, you can't miss, you have to let us know. And I was like, no, I love this job, I can't lose my job, I need to make money, I need to save up money. And then I remember I was just so stressed, plus I had schoolwork, and those classes, I feel like sophomore year classes were so hard. I had softball, my new job, my school, student council clubs. I also had photography deadlines. I had so many stuff, and I was just so stressed, and it was crazy. And I remember just stressing out, crying at night, and just not being able to do it. But I got through it. I mean, I passed my sophomore year with good grades, I would say, and yeah, I went through it. I mean, it was just a bump in the road, but I was able to manage all of them. I finished softball, I finished school, I was able to maintain my grades and stay in student council. And I have kept my job. I kept it all the way till March, but then they shut down because of COVID. So, but other than that, yeah, I was able to manage it. And I remember so clearly because I was like telling the coach, I can't play. Like, I have work and I have schoolwork. And then they were just so understanding. So, I never went back to softball though. And my junior year, I remember I got into yearbook, and yearbook deadlines were the death of me. I loved yearbook, and I just had all these crazy ideas. And I remember being like, it was the deadline before Christmas break, and I was like, my grades are bad. Like, they need to go up. So I remember I was stressing on my grades. I was stressing on the yearbook deadlines. I was stressing at my job again. And I was stressing on like home stuff because at that time, like my relationship at home with my mom was just like you better do this and you better do that, and if not, like you won't be able to live here. And I was like, it was just so much for my tiny brain to handle. And I was also like, since it was Christmas time, I was also stressing about Christmas gifts. What was I gonna give my brother? What was I gonna give my sister? And it was a crazy time. I remember I was like, how am I going to be able to manage all this? And I did, and I'm so glad that I went through it, because these responsibilities, it's what has shaped me to be the person that I am today. And I love that I went through every experience, because it has made me better, and it has made me been able to maintain many things in my life and keep up to it and up to date with those things. So yeah, all of these responsibilities have made me the person who I am today, and I love it. I love that I've gone through every one. My freshman year, I had so many, being new at the school, not knowing anybody, being like in classes a year ahead, and I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm crazy. And I was able to get through that. I was able to get through whenever I was trying out different clubs my sophomore year. I was able to get through work and like deadlines my junior year, preparing for SAT. And now I know that, by again the good grace of God, I'll be able to get through this virtually online senior year, and with college applications, with my work, with just working on myself, with everything going on. I know that I'll get through it. Right now it's just a tough time trying to handle everything, but I know I'll get through it. And that's, I wouldn't apply for a student council as an officer if I knew that I wouldn't be able to maintain it, but I know I will. And the responsibilities that I have faced have shaped me, because like I wake up, I have to go, I drive like my siblings, and I have to like go do errands for my mom because she like doesn't like driving, and I have to start making my own doctor's appointments because I will be turning like 18 next month, and it's just so many things coming at once. But like, these are the memories that we remember, and these are the things that we remember, and that's like what I'm gonna tell myself whenever I'm in college. Like, these things shape me. If I could go through this, that, then I could go. Then I will be able to go through this, and that. So like all of these responsibilities that I have gone through is what has shaped me. So I'm so glad that I went through them, and those are the crazy, balanced, multiple responsibilities that I have faced. Okay, so number 7. Why should we choose you over the other candidates? So I'm not one to compete. I hate it. I hate like competing against my friends and all that. But whenever, like last year, that's what kept me from running. I was like, I don't want to run. I don't want to like run against anybody. But now that I've like raised my confidence, like I've said, I want to run. And why do I feel like I should be chosen? I said I have dedication. I do. I am always there. You know, if you were to call me, like, come in right now, I would go. You know, I would, because I like to be dedicated. You know, I don't sign up for something and be like, no, I'm just gonna let it play by. Like, I'm gonna sign up and I'm gonna be like focused and drawn in. So my dedication is super, super big. I never give up. I never give up on anything that I do. I continue to push forward until I am done. And that's just how I am. That's how like I was raised. It was like never give up, continue what you're doing, and you will get through it. And I know that like with this pandemic, we want to give up because it's like no, 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 and I won't give up. So um, I'm always there, like all the time, and I will give it my all with my love, my heart, and I will be there, and I will love every minute of it, and that's why I believe that I would be really good over some of the other candidates. I have a big heart, and you know, like in the past, you know, there's officers who make connections with students and bring in the lower classmen in, and they draw them in to be more engaged. And I feel like I have like the willingness and the heart to do that. I have such a big heart, and you know, I'd love to just draw in those freshmen and draw in those sophomores and be like guys, get engaged. You know, I would like to help them in the mistakes that I did in my past. Be like, don't do this, don't do that, and I'll be their friend. You know, I will be their these lower classmen and just shape them so in the future they'll be ready. And I have a big heart, and I feel like, you know, making a connection with like everybody in student council is very important. I remember my freshman year, I was like, I'm an outsider. Nobody even knows my name. Nobody even like knows me. And then there was like this one girl who I'm not really good friends with. She's like, hi, and I was like, hi. And then she was like, is this like your first time ever being in Stuco? And I was like, yes, I'm a freshman. And then she was like, oh my god, no, like, come sit over here with my friends. And she introduced me to her friends, and you know, I was like the little kid in the corner, all scared and shy, and she brought me in and she sat me down and she let me voice my opinion. And since then on, I've I've been in student council, and just because that one girl like pushed me, I was like, I want to one day run and do the same thing for those other kids. And I feel like that's what makes me, or that's why you should maybe choose me over the other candidates, because I have a big heart, I have big dedication, I don't give up on anything. I'm pretty good at maintaining things. I do stress, but I'm good at maintaining things. I will keep my grades up, and I'll give it my 100%. So that's honestly it. So. Okay, the last question. Number 8, is there anything you would like to leave with us? And I would actually. So I have never ran for a role like this. I've never ran for an officer role or like a leadership role out of school. I haven't. Just because like I've never been like you could do it. I've never like had that mentality in my mind. I've always doubted myself. I always brought myself down. But then I finally like how I've said this whole time, I've worked up that confidence and that self-love to run and to actually showcase my all, everything that I have, everything that I have to give and offer to the student council and to the world. And like this is something new, and it's something that I believe that I could do, that I could work really well. I mean, like one person that I looked up to last year was Linda. I love Linda. She was just so sweet and just the sweetest soul. And she was crazy creative, and her creativeness, sorry, her creativeness was just out of the world. It was so awesome, and she was just so nice, and like she would say hi to you. And I was like, I had multiple classes with her, and she was just so sweet. And she was vice president, and I just loved every idea that she pitched. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to be the person pitching ideas. I want to be involved, more involved. I want that like inside scoop of everything. And Linda was somebody who I looked up to, and that's one of the reasons why I want to run. I loved it. I loved what like she would showcase, and now I want to showcase that, and I want to represent that. So, and because I started, I applied to run here as a student vice body. In yearbook, they needed an editor, and I was like, oh no, no, no. And my sister was like, come on, like you'll do great. And I was like, no, like no. She's like, yeah. So I applied for that, and I'm just hoping to hear back. But like since I applied at this leadership role, it's now making me apply to more leadership roles because it like opened up my mind. It was like, you can do it, yeah. So now I'm like going up, pushing myself up, not letting myself down anymore. And I would love, I would, I would love this role. I feel like I would do so much of this role if I was given the chance. I wouldn't miss the opportunity, and I would make the most of what I can. And I would try to turn this, senior year that we have to a better senior year, so that we could always remember it. 2020, the class of 2021, I started virtually, but now they're like they have the best senior year yet, and I know that there's talks about coming back in October, and I actually signed up to come back in person, so I will be able to like be on campus if given. If they stick with that, I will be able to be back on campus. So I would love to just if we do end up having student council meetings in person, I would love to just showcase my voice, showcase my ideas, represent everything, represent the ideas that I have, and just be the biggest, better person of me that I can be. So that's all that I would like to leave with y'all today. Thank you so much for considering me as for considering me. So all I can do is just hope. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.